to like somebody that's interested in the coaching, and we spoke a little bit about the off season and the kind of challenges and how it gets a bit boring sometimes, and you kind of waiting around for the season to start.
Yeah.
One of the things we spoke about is kind of separating your session, or having like a 3 session goals, something connected to learning. So maybe learning something new, something connected to some kind of challenge, something like difficult, and then like a fun or crew kind of like element. It's like, try to incorporate those 3 things into your session, because if you go in there and having a bit of fun, at some point you're not going to learn anything, and you say, well, I'm getting a bit bored now. And if you're only focused on challenges, it could get a bit too difficult. So you've got to have a balance. You've got to separate the session out.
100%. 100%. No, I like that 3 session goal. I'm just writing that down because I'm going to add that into the session notes afterwards. Do you want to just add a little bit more meat on the bones with that one? Like a bit more context so we can maybe help identify it.
Yeah, Chris, it was a bit like anything really. If you've not got a direction, so if you're not really sure where you are and not really sure where you want to go, you can kind of waste a bit of time sometimes. And
I agree with that.
If you're only focusing on, let's say, a difficult challenge, and you're there for 2 hours and you're working on it, next time it might be a bit difficult to get motivated. So you've got to kind of break your session up into 3 sections and say, right, okay, what am I learning? What's something that I want to try and learn, or what's something that I want to try and get better at? So, for example, your backside 360. Then there might be a challenge in that, or another challenge on something else, on the box or somewhere on one of the rails or something else. And it's like, okay, this is going up a level. So I'm going to challenge myself. And then when you start getting tired, you say, right, well, I'm just going to like hang out with the crew and have a bit of fun with those guys for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I totally agree with that. And this is one of my biggest bugbears in myself, is I can be so focused on one thing, like one trick. And then you overdo it, like you overthink it, and it gets so frustrating. You frustrate yourself when you're not doing it. And I've had to now like force myself to get into doing something else. Like, stop doing that trick. Just do something else for maybe 5-10 minutes. Do something completely different. Then come back to it. And it's amazing how much better you are when you come back to it and you just leave it for a little bit. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah, sure. And if you're going there and you're doing the same tricks every week, at some point you're going to get a bit bored. So you say, right, okay, let's just give myself some direction here, some kind of focus, and say, I'm going to separate it out. And that it really helps.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Gives you a bit of variety.